Zach, what's going on, man? Nice to see you face to face. All right, let's jump right in. First things first. Have you been watching the episodes?
I have, yeah. I've. It's crazy to look back on it all. I think I just look back on it with really positive times that I have with those people.
Now, when you kind of reverse engineer your exit, and I know nobody wants to be the first out, first of all,
Yeah,
and also there was kind of the pivotal moment was the Bailey not wanting kids.
yeah,
And as soon as she said that, it really looked like to I guess people watching, it was like lights off, nobody home. That's a shame. And you kind
yeah.
of clocked out. Was it as immediate as it looked like on the screen?
I do remember. I remember being very caught off guard. The whole thing was a shame because neither of us had brought it up. Like it was Jotham that sort of prompted that conversation, and then, yeah, she sort of just blurted it out like it wasn't a big thing, which, to some people it's not, other people that's just their own mindset, whatever it is, all respect. But yeah, I mean, after she said that, I was oh no, like it's because she can't, like the way she was saying it, like I don't see myself having kids, I don't see myself in like as a wife or a house, and like so I was really yeah, I was just like, oh, like what what do I do here? Like, because I was really getting along with her, and I really liked her, and um, but yeah, it was a lengthier conversation than what it was portrayed on television.
And what was her when she fleshed it out with you? Like, what was her reasoning for not wanting kids?
She just said like the fact that she has worked around a lot of kids, and she still really likes kids, but she's just never really seen herself in a like that mother headspace. And I
And
think
did you
it's
ask her, I wonder at all, is that because just of her experience being around kids, as she said, or the partners that she's had over the years, and it's never felt like this is a real team that we could create something?
Yeah, I think it was more around like her experiences with being around kids, and I think like she mentioned like the toll that it has on her body, and all the I guess most women would probably think about that. So I can't relate to that at all, and I was just sort of listening to her reasonings, and it felt like there wasn't really going to be a way where, and I would feel terrible to be like, to try and convince her of something that she was very set on not wanting. So,
Yeah.
um,
I don't. It was quite early in the season anyway. But if that conversation, if she didn't have that point of view like concrete in her mind and was open to having kids, do you think you liked her enough? Like the initial inklings were there that you were like, oh, this is someone I could go through the show with.
oh, absolutely. Like our conversations we were having, like she was so like our maturity level were just on the exact same point of everything. Like, and she was so cool. Like she's stunning. Like it was. I honestly was like, I couldn't believe, like, first of all that she picked me at the start, and then like the fact that she was just really cool, so grounded. Her lifestyle is like full on. So just to be that grounded and cool, and like I remember thinking like this girl's from Canada. She's taken this massive risk to come on this show like an Australian show to meet an Australian guy. It's like it's just like I just feel like even thinking about it now, I'm just so proud of her for putting herself out there on this show. And um, I look back on those times with her, and I'm just like, she is probably the coolest person, one of the coolest people I've ever met. So it was just I could definitely see myself spending the whole time with her there for sure.
Was there a cynical part of either of you after you left the villa and you were chatting? Was there a cynical part of you that was like, we should have styled it out, or, you know,
Yeah, I mean, like obviously, like it could have gone two ways, right? Like I could have played the game, kept all those, my values to myself, and just played it out, and we could have probably gone very far with it. Um, but I'm proud that I stuck to what I believe in and who I really am, and unfortunately, that just didn't. That's just not how you go far in a show like this, and um, it was just I just remember the whole time outside of the villa we were having, it was like, are you sure you don't want kids? Like, are you sure? Like, but it's just, it is what it is.
Okay, well, you brought it up, so I'm going to dive right in. I am not one for salacious gossip. Like, I'm not going to go hunting. But since you
Yeah.
dangled the
Yeah.
carrot,
Yeah,
I think I'll grab it and take a little nibble.
Yeah.
Okay,
Go for it.
you mentioned all the time after the villa. So talk us through in all the horny detail. What happens when you leave the villa?
It's a bit underwhelming, to be honest. But no, we had like a couple of days outside of the villa, and we had a little dinner date, and then we had a few drinks at the bar, and we were just getting along, and
like getting along nakedly.
See, that's the thing. Nothing happened on that extent, and that's me being honest. I don't know if you believe me, but I'm being dead serious here. We didn't go any further than just a really nice connection, really nice friendship. And it's something that we still have to this day. We talk most days. We've been talking throughout the episodes as they come through. Just sort of talking about it all, really. And the thing, like, obviously it's a big debate when on the show where I sort of, broke it off with her. It became quite a big, debate online, and I sort of was just trying to remind Bailey of, those 2 days that we had outside of the villa, I think outweighs whatever. So
that's funny as well. How do you feel about, because I do always, one thing I know from doing the show over the years is that people's first impressions about Islanders, particularly if they're contentious, to be fair, I think you and Bailey both got a lovely reaction, kind of even from your entry pieces and your actual time in the villa. People seem to really warm to both of you. But for people, Islanders who are a little bit contentious or have a really abrasive personality, I love seeing people being proved wrong. Oh, like so-and-so's a dick, or they're really aggressive, or they're really dumb, or their voice is annoying. Any of the kind of superficial judgments that can be made, they're always made. And I love seeing them kind of melt away. Is there anybody that you made a judgment on in the villa that you're like, oh, actually, maybe I got that wrong?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll just say it, and we'll just see what happens. But I definitely judged Cooper off the bat. He's quite a mouthy guy. Like, he's a salesman. He's very erratic, whatever else. But as I was getting to actually know him, he was actually a very loyal person, and he was actually very switched on. And he was actually I could tell that he would do anything for his mates. So he had that like unwavering loyalty, and he was just that type of guy. And I definitely judged him pretty harshly off the bat, I reckon. Yeah.
Is there anything you've read about yourself or yourself and Bailey that kind of got your back up? Or have you been sleuthing online?
I had a little bit of a dig after last night's episode. Yeah, because it was like, a lot of it was that I feel like they were trying to pin me and Bailey against each other. So that was getting me. Yeah. Oh, there was just like, because obviously the argument was like, oh, he's, a guy who wants kids, and they were more getting up Bailey for like crying about me breaking it off with her, and how it's only day 1 or 2 or whatever it is, and she's already crying, and like Zach did this to her, sort of thing. And I just felt like it wasn't the case at all.
People being unreasonable on the internet. Wow. I've never heard such an outrageous thing. Yeah,
I know. So yeah, it just kind of got me upset, and just maybe I just wanted to talk to Bailey about it, because I know it wouldn't have been nice for her to read those things either. Which sucks.
That's fair enough. Hey, you also had a little bit of a thing going on with Sharon early doors, and it was her, to be fair, that kind of declared she wasn't feeling it. Did that take you by surprise up until that moment? Like, were you getting the vibes from her that it was good or not so good?
Yeah, I mean, I everything that she was saying to me was, that she wants an assertive guy. She doesn't want a guy that's passive or sits back, and I am a pretty, like, I know what I want. I go out and get it. So I was sort of just giving that energy to her. And, I feel like she was reciprocating from everything that I was getting. But, I don't know. I don't know how Ross was talking to her. So, I mean, I feel like it probably got him, he was probably like, oh shit, I probably have to do something after I obviously had the kiss with her. So, I think I might have just been like a twisted Cupid for those two, just sort of got him on the right track. So,
yeah, okay.
No worries, twisted. Roscoe.
Yeah. He owes you a beer or 6.
Exactly. Yeah.
When you're in the lineup, when the kind of moment is nigh, in your head, were you going, I'm in trouble here, or was that a surprise that you got the chop?
Nah, I knew it was coming. Yeah, I think.
Really?
I knew, because after the challenge, I was actually feeling really good about Sean. I was like, yeah, that was nice. I feel like we were getting quite comfortable with each other, and she was a good kisser. So I feel like I was getting like the little tingles that you get after a nice kiss, and for her to sort of just be like, oh look, I'm just not attracted to you, which is fair, and I was kind of like, okay, well, I'm definitely not safe. So it's like, it is what it is. But I wasn't too worried about it, because before the fire pit, I was like, everyone's in danger here. Like, there was no real clue on how they were going to eliminate anybody. And after they were like, okay, well, the girls have to make a decision for a boy to go. As soon as that happened, I was like, yeah, it's going to be me. So it is what it is.
And do you have like the first out blues, I guess I would call it? Like, does it feel like, oh, hey, that was great fun experience, is the overriding feeling? Or is it like, oh shit, like opportunity lost, I would have loved to have had my 6 weeks?
I think I was lucky that I left with somebody. Like, I had Bailey there with me. So
to not get naked with. Do you want to revise your answer? Look me square in the eye.
Yep.
And swear to me.
Swear.
You're not keeping any hot goss fresh off the press.
I swear on everything. That night when we had like a few drinks and stuff, we were getting, it was very flirty the whole time. We did end up sleeping in the same bed together and spending the night together.
The plot thickens, senor. Oh, no, only a few minutes ago. No, we just went for a romantic dinner date. We had lovely conversations about the nature of life, love, and philosophy. And then, boom, all of a sudden now, look, okay, we were in the same bed after we had a good few drinks. All right, so go on.
But there was no moves made from either one. We just had a
nice what night. A lie.
I swear. I swear on. I swear on that. And, there was no kissing, but we had the conversation after.
Okay, well, listen, I'm not, like I said, I don't want to be a tabloid journalist, so if you say nothing happened, I'll take you at your word as a gentleman. But if you're saying the chemistry was great, I'm glad we left together, we had a lovely few days, we went on a date, we had some drinks, we ended up in the same bed, and you're saying you didn't even kiss, I call absolute top quality bullshit. What's wrong with having a little kiss with the girl that you were coupled up with on the reality dating show? I don't even think it's ungentlemanly to say, because you've been very gentlemanly, and I applaud that. Your discretion will be appreciated by Bailey. But I don't think it's any big deal in saying we had a little kiss. Come on. Just admit you're a filthy, stinking liar. Now is the time.
That was honestly, there was no kiss. There really wasn't, and I have to go down here. I have to. There was no kiss, but we did have a conversation about it the morning after. Like, I presented to her being like, look, if I had made a move, how would you have felt about that? And she was like, honestly, I was waiting for you to make the move. But when I look back on it, I think if we had have done that, I'm at a place now where I'm not really looking for like meaningless sex. I'm 29. I'm 29. You know what I mean? Like, I'm at the point now where it's like, if her values don't align with me, even though I really like her, and there was just this one thing that she didn't want, and I really wanted them. I feel like if we were to fornicate, it would just be meaningless. And I feel like it would put us both in a really weird situation because she lives overseas. I would just be missing her like crazy. She'd be missing me like crazy. Not saying that the sex is that good that she's going to be missing me or anything. I'm just saying like it's just tough. It was just tough. It was tough. I feel like not doing it spoke more than actually doing it because we just have an unbelievable friendship, unbelievable relationship, and I don't regret anything.
Yeah. Okay. And final question. I know
you're disappointed in me. I feel like you're disappointed in me.
No. I genuinely, I appreciate your gentlemanly stand. I also appreciate your use of the word fornication. I'd say if you had said that in the villa, however many 11 out of 12 people would have looked and were like, huh?
Oh.
What's that word mean?
Yeah, that is very true.
That's a lot of syllables.
Yeah, it's very true. Very true. Yeah.
Oh, actually, with that, do you know what? One thing I didn't ask you, as you mentioned, right? I think you were 28. It's been your birthday since you went into the villa, right? So you're 28 on the show?
No, I just turned 29 when I went on there.
Okay, just turned 29.
Yep.
Did you write any of the girls off, regardless of what initial chemistry or what you thought looks-wise? Did you write off, like, for example, Yana, were you like, well, the age gap is too big, so no, good luck and thanks? Or were you kind of going, yeah, some people want to settle down early. Were you open to everybody or not on account of the age differences?
I didn't really think about it too much. I think they were put off by me, which is perfectly understandable. So I didn't really, I was probably fear of rejection, to be honest, to like sort of pursue someone like that. But I will say, out of all the younger girls, I probably got along with Lacey the most, and because she's only 20. But the conversation that I was having with her, she's quite like she's got a bit of an old head on her, and I feel like I could have like really nice conversations with her, you know, when she wasn't being loud and the funny Lacey that we sort of see on TV. When we kind of have those one-on-one chats, it was actually quite refreshing. It was actually really nice. Yeah.
Could she genuinely not remember Jotham's name?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was pretty funny.
Zach, we're gonna wrap it up. One thing I do want to know before we go is, you said, and it could have been a joke, but also it could have been deadly serious in your kind of introductory piece where it's all, you know, flashbang wallop and hey, I'm Zach and I'm an Olympian. Hey, you did this thing where you're like, I just break out the medals sometime and the ladies melt into my arms. Is it genuinely a chat-up line that you have used to great effect?
Not even a little bit. All of my mates were actually very surprised that I brought up when I used the Olympic line because I never use it. And they're mostly telling the girls that I went to the Olympics and I'm actually just denying it. So that's yeah. I cringed at that bit, but it was funny. So
yeah, good fun.
It's all for TV, isn't it?
Well, dude, listen, I really appreciate you taking the time. I would love to have seen you go a little bit further, and Bailey as well. I thought the two of you were great vibes and good souls and had your head screwed on and all that good stuff. But thanks so much for coming on. Very best of luck with the brand new gig, and I hope life post-Olympics and professional athlete is a smooth transition, and that you find somebody who wants kids.
I appreciate that, Owen. Thank you. Thank you.
We'll be back next Thursday with more drama, more bombshells, and probably more regrets. See you then.